He stood alone in the courtroom, without a lawyer, convinced he could outsmart the entire justice system. Throughout the trial, he argued loudly with prosecutors, raised his voice at the jury, and even shouted during his opening statement. His behavior wasn't just unorthodox, it was chaotic, turning the courtroom into a spectacle of ego over strategy.
We are under some of the most vicious, lying, fabricating, fictitious government you've ever seen.
Ronnie O'Neill ka case shuru esi hayajibda. March 2018, Riverview, Florida main asn apni hai gar main ekdarawani hadsa anjum dia. Prosecutors Kamitabik, Ronnie any apni girlfriend Kenyatta Baron or Beatty par brutal attack Kia, or Uski bet eninya, Joe Bakgaya. Bad main court main gawahidi. Jisman usnas rat ki kafnak kahani suni. Padosian any chikni kiawaz, or Garku and our hangamasan ki batki.
एक 911 कॉल में किडनैप की फरियाद रिकॉर्ड हुई जहां वो अपनी जान की भीख मांग रही थी। रॉनी ने केस में अपना लॉयर न रख कर खुद हाय अपनी वकालत की, कोर्टरूम में चिल्लाया, जुरर्स पर चिल्लाया और ओपनिंग स्टेटमेंट में भी चिल्ला चिल्ला कर बोला।
Lekin sabs bada jakatab lagajab closing arguments kudoranuski mu esi galti esi ac bot nikol gai jo por case ko ultakar gai. Asan wo germ except Carlia Jisa wo peli din esi inker karda aa rahada. Uski apni zaban any uska case taba kardia. The next 911 call came from Ronnie O'Neill himself, where he claimed he had been attacked by white demons. His voice was frantic, the statement bizarre and disconnected from reality. It marked the beginning of a case that would only grow more disturbing with every new detail revealed.
What's your emergency? I'm shot, help me. I'm shot, help me, please. Jesus, help me, I'm shot.
What's the address of the emergency, ma'am? What's the address of your
I'm
emergency?
shot, help me, please.
What's your address? What's your address, ma'am?
Shot me, help me, please. He shot me.
Where? Ma'am, hello, ma'am.
Himself, claiming that he was attacked by white demons.
911, what is your emergency?
Hey, I just been attacked by some white demons inside, and she tried to kill me, and I just killed her stupid ass.
By the time police reached the scene, Ronnie O'Neill's home was engulfed in flames, and what awaited inside was sheer devastation. The most haunting part wasn't just the destruction, it was the fact that the man accused was the father, the partner, the one expected to protect. Even before the trial began, Ronnie made a shocking move. He fired his entire legal team, convinced that no one could fight for him better than he could himself. Standing tall and confident in front of the judge, he declared he would represent himself. It wasn't just unusual, it was reckless. In a courtroom, where every word is crucial, going against seasoned prosecutors without legal experience is a massive gamble. And in Ronnie's case, it would prove to be a fatal one. Acting as his own lawyer, he had to question witnesses, including his own son. In one of the most heartbreaking scenes of the trial, Ronnie came face to face with his severely injured son, the only survivor of the brutal attack. The boy, calm and composed, bravely took the stand and recounted the terrifying night, how his mother was attacked, and how he himself was targeted. It wasn't the police giving testimony. It wasn't an expert. It was a child, telling the jury what he had lived through. And then came the moment that broke the courtroom. Ronnie asked his son directly, "Did I hurt you that night?" The boy, without hesitation, quietly answered, "Yes." It was a moment of raw truth that no cross-examination, no argument, and no strategy could undo. Ronnie believed he could talk his way out of it, that he could outsmart the system. But the most powerful evidence came from his own blood, and his own words only sealed his fate.
Did I hurt you that night of this incident?
Yes.
I did. And how did I hurt you?
You stabbed me.
I want you to know the actual facts. I did kill Kenyatta Band. But I want you to tell it like it is if you're gonna tell it.
Instead of dismantling his son's testimony, Ronnie's cross-examination only amplified the boy's pain. The child remained calm and consistent. His story never wavered. Each word he spoke chipped away at Ronnie's already fragile defense. After several days of gut-wrenching testimony, everything came down to Ronnie's final chance, his closing statement. This was his moment to sway the jury, to stand tall and fight for his innocence one last time. But in the heat of his emotional and chaotic speech, Ronnie made a critical error. Shouting at the prosecutors, he blurted out, "I want you to know the actual facts." And then he slipped.
State of Florida versus Ronnie O'Neal III, case number 2018 CF 004019, verdict form, trial division 1. We the jury find as follows as the count 1 of the charge. The defendant is guilty of first-degree murder as charged. The defendant did actually possess and discharge a firearm causing death. We the jury find as follows as the count 2 of the charge. The defendant is guilty of first-degree murder, premeditated murder, and felony murder. Then the jury find as follows the count 3 of the charge. The defendant is guilty of attempted first-degree murder as charged. We the jury find as follows the count 4 of the charge. The defendant is guilty of arson of a dwelling as charged. We the jury find as follows the count 5 of the charge. The defendant is guilty of aggravated child abuse as charged. We the jury find as follows the count 6 of the charge. The defendant is guilty of aggravated child abuse as charged. We the jury find as follows the count 7 of the charge. The defendant is guilty of resisting an officer without violence as charged. So say we all dated this 21st day of June 2021.
During sentencing, Ronnie's tone didn't shift. He tried shouting again, but the judge wasn't having it.
I am not sorry for something I didn't do, and I am not sorry for the things I did do.
Mr. O'Neal,
All right.
Listen, stop.
All right.
Listen to me.
I'm not
going to raise your voice again.
I'm not going to raise my voice again. I'm not.
I will have you removed from this courtroom. I can sentence you without you being present.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't conduct
I
yourself.
understand, Your Honor.
Thank you.
But I will say, I'm sorry for your loss.
19 years I've been at this job. I've seen human beings killed at the hands of others in every way imaginable. You name it, I've seen it. Shootings, stabbings, drownings, suffocatings, blown apart by cars in DUI manslaughter cases. Horrible things. This is the worst case I have ever seen as far as the facts go. The way that Ms. Barron died was horrific, and that 911 call, which captured truly all of it. You heard, and everyone who's heard that 911 call heard a death scream. If anybody ever wants to know what it sounds like before a human being dies, knowing that their death is imminent, that's exactly what it is. That was a death scream.
You're going to see if it's true.
The courtroom froze. Even the judge seemed stunned by what she had just heard. In that single moment, Ronnie O'Neal's entire defense crumbled. After days of loudly proclaiming his innocence, he slipped and admitted exactly what he had spent the whole trial denying. It didn't take long after that. The jury returned with a guilty verdict on all counts. Ronnie O'Neal was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. He thought he could be his own lawyer and shout down the truth, but in the end, it was his own words that sealed his fate. So here's the question. When a man represents himself, does he fight for freedom or end up digging his own grave? In Ronnie's case, the answer was loud and clear. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Click on the next video on your screen for more courtroom moments and shocking true crime stories. Thanks for watching.